I'll keep. Okay.
I don't want to go much.
All right, we have Roland on the left with Grixis, and on the right we have Cradle Control. That would be Steven. Wow, I can't type today. Cradle Control, what the hell is that? We still don't know why it's called Cradle Control. It doesn't make any sense. But it's black-green mid-rangey deck. Natural Order's in there. Zenith is in there. It's a... its ancestor in Legacy would be elves, I would say. Okay, Once Upon a Time finds an elvish reclaimer. It's an elf.
Green Sun for 0. Green Sun results.
All right, Green Sun for 0. That'll find Dryad Arbor. There it is. Delver will not flip.
No dice. No dice.
I will jump in.
I will.
Let's see. Go ahead. Draw.
Sweet.
All right, Wasteland on the Dryad Arbor. It's knocked out. Chili excited about the whole thing. Says props to Steven for using grid paper notebook and pen made from recycled materials, and then the unglued forest. Yeah. Steven, maybe we should all strive to be more like Steven, is the point. JH Stock, thank you for the sub with Prime. Roland playing Delver is always fun to watch, but Cradle for the win. Okay, JH Stock has taken sides in this.
I'll make another one. Okay. Sure. Has to. Triggers.
I will discard your Maya.
Wow. All right. See what I can get.
Okay, Lair of the Hydra is the land on Steven's side. Delvers haven't flipped.
Pass.
Sure.
All right, Grixis mana available for Roland. 2 Reclaimers facing off against 2 Delvers. Where's the advantage bar?
Touch. Should I take? Yep.
Pew Pew says Roland is washed. Good player would have flipped there. Yeah, the Delvers would have flipped if Roland was any good, right?
Pass turn. Yep. Internet. Cast a frog. Yes.
All right, a Ponder is resolving for Roland. That might help the cause for these Delver of Secrets. Reclaimer unlocking next turn is a little scary. That card is powerful. It's pretty obvious to Roland what Steven is up to, I think, because of the lair. It doesn't look like this is Depths, and it doesn't look like this is Maverick, in my opinion, based on what we've seen so far. So that might give some hint about what's to come. The lair specifically.
18. Yep. Swing. Yes.
Why doesn't the lair have the land type lair?
Yep.
Does anybody know? Is that a design mistake?
Card hand. 2.
All right, a lightning bolt took out one of the reclaimers, so I also see a psychic frog in Roland's hand. The frog, everybody. I know.
Brainstorm. Yep.
It's like the frog is like Murktide and Bowmaster and Uro and they don't know what they're doing with this game. Burger King says Cradle Control has become my favorite deck in Legacy since the printing of Talon Gates of Madara. I really do like that card. I'm a fan.
His matchup is miserable. All right. I mean, you got.
All right, here's Sylvan Safekeeper. Bajuka Bog. Okay.
No. Sorcery land.
All right, let's see if these Delvers flip. Brainstorm revealed, and they will finally flip. So they do have flying. They do have 3 power. Steven has been presented with a clock on the other side of the table.
Yeah, number 13.
Limited one time. Take this.
Second main.
Card hand?
2.
All right, there's the Psychic Frog. With Sylvan Safekeeper on the table, removal becomes a little bit worse for Roland. Sack a land, give a creature Shroud is the ability.
So one more time. Ponder, land. Okay. And you have how many more cards than that? 4.
What do you mean? Card chain hand?
Yeah.
So you do 1, 2, 2, 2.
No, these are not mine.
Right, okay. 4, 4? Yeah.
All right, there's White of the Reliquary. It is currently +2/+2. 2 creatures in the graveyard, 4/4.
I played a Wasteland, a Wasteland Saga. In turn, I will discard. Hand size. Go.
Chili says giving Lair Trample was deemed bad for Commander, so it was removed. Is Trample problematic in Commander? Or was that a joke? I don't know.
18. Bog you. Go.
I reached a point where I really don't know what the hell is going on with Commander. TBH. And I don't mean that in any negative way. I just don't know what's going on, genuinely. Innocently. With nothing but love. I just don't know what's going on. Commander players don't know what's going on either.
Target Saga, Stage, and Depths.
Force, pitching.
Yeah, I have my mug. What's up, Magic Ads? Yeah, with all due respect. I'm no Commander hater. I think Commander is great for this game. It's been terrific for Magic the Gathering to become focused on this newer format. I mean, newer than, like, it's old now, but newer than Legacy, let's say. Newer than Standard Commander. I'm no Commander hater, for the record. I just don't play.
Okay.
And I don't keep up with what's going on.
I'm going to play Soulback Lantern. Take a raffle.
Yeah, they're 1, 2.
So Brainstorm still resolving here for Roland, trying to figure this out. The Reclaimer plus white presents some threats on the other side.
Needle. Attempt alone. Saga.
Yeah, the people who are like, playing a lot of Commander tend to start, I mean, some of them tend to start becoming curious about formats like Legacy. And that's a great thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Another Delver, okay.
Yep.
I'm going to respond.
We have had at the New York City locals a bunch of people over the last couple of years join our community and say, yeah, I played CEDH and I still do, but now I play Legacy too. And I said, great. Welcome.
Send it to this guys. Yeah. Go into attacks.
Archon, cool.
All right, the frog has flying and a big attack coming in. Looks like 8 damage.
Jesus.
I almost thought you had it, because without the bar order, it was over.
Did you have?
Okay, so
No, I did not.
Going in for
I
8.
played like 2 cantrips in it.
Delver in play. You have no hand. No hand.
Yeah, I thought like, oh, I might at least.
No hand for Roland.
Nope. That's a man, Andy.
Okay, someone coughed in the background. They were removed from the venue for the remainder of this event. You're just kicked out if you cough. Verdant Catacombs gets cracked. What do we have? Okay, activating the Reclaimer. A land is sacked. Maybe Talon Gates? Trying to phase out the frog? Is that what's happening?
Talon Gates, and I'll phase out the one that draws you a card. Phased out for right now. Doesn't get the counters, right? The counters, it'll have the counters when it comes back. Yeah, it doesn't. Okay.
Okay, Roland doesn't know how phasing works. Oh boy. Should we just end the stream?
See, 1 second. Yeah, 2 cards in there. Take you off of black. Take you off of black. And this is only colorless, right? And then yeah, but it does filter. Yeah, right, but it costs mana to filter. But it's any color. Yeah.
I guess Roland didn't draft Mirage.
And from your hand onto the battlefield. Yeah.
Magic Ads has gifted 5 subs. Thank you, Magic Ads. Really appreciate it. 93 on the channel now for Magic Ads. Number 7 on our all-time leaderboard. Number 7. Climbing. Thank you, Magic Ads.
It's busted,
come
but
back on your untapped
I enjoy to play pattern.
Untapped. On my untapped. Okay, so I'll draw for the bottom.
On the other hand, it's also like what?
It comes back before you're on tap step, Roland. God.
Like that, yeah. I mean, what's your jam? What's your like preferred
I
play style?
usually prefer like
Does anybody have one of those Mirage rule books Roland can read?
I've been playing stuff like Eldrazi for too long that I'm a little bored.
Hype train is on right now. We got 4 minutes. Yeah, lucky number 7. Thank you again, Magic Ads. Well, for a moment there, it looks like we're tapping 4 mana, but maybe not.
Attacking? Yeah, I'm swinging with these 2. So 3 and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So 7 total? 7 total?
Okay, 7 damage comes in. Hits Roland. Char Twin, thank you for 5 gift subs. Thank you, Char Twin. Appreciate that. Hello, Char Twin. Hype Train level 2 achieved, by the way.
Ponder.
Honor brainstorm.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, brainstorm.
All right, natural order. And here's a Traxa. That's bad news for Roland.
Yep.
Okay, Atraxa's ability resolving now. Let's see what Steven finds. Okay, looks like a bunch of stuff. There's a Craterhoof Behemoth in there, a Gaia's Cradle, Endurance. I don't think we're going to see the mana creatures get taken here.
There you go.
Okay, looks like Endurance, Gaia's Cradle, and Zenith were chosen. And then past the turn, 7 power with lifelink on defense, not too bad.
Go.
Okay, Brainstorm will flip the Delver. Psychic Frog is, of course, back from being phased out. 3 Delvers and a Frog. It's going to be hard to petty theft this Atraxa or something like that with Sylvan Safekeeper available.
Basic swamp. Card down? 4. Okay.
Fetch down to 10. Sure.
Okay, Roland will fetch down to 10. Is it possible for Roland to fight through this Atraxa? Is it possible? If Atraxa blocks, it would put the yeah, Wiki solved the puzzle, but I was going to explain the whole thing. All right, so the all right, here comes an attack.
1 card in hand. 1 card.
Yes. Okay. Actually, I'm also gonna Cyclotron. Okay.
If you bolt the blocker, the blocked creature rather, could lead to lethal here. Pyroblasting the Frog. That is the game. Roland takes game 1. Yeah, there was your lethal after lifelink? I don't think so. It would have put Steven at 12. If Roland didn't have removal, I don't think it would have been enough. Maybe I'm wrong. But maybe if there was a second Talon Gates in the deck, that would have been a big problem for Roland, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you wanted to do it a different way and just bolt to the face, I don't know, whatever. There's no point in continuing to talk about it. It's over now.
Go for it.
Okay, there's White of the Reliquary again.
Noble. Go. Fair. Draw.
The White has been such a nice card for Legacy.
Stage.
Vinny wondering about matchups. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff in the queue today, so stick around, everybody.
Ooh, you're in trouble now.
Hype train complete. Thank you for the subs, everyone.
Go for it. Dredgelord. Yeah. So it's called Exploration. I will attempt to roam. Targets will be.
All right, so Delver and Mishra's Bauble. For anyone not familiar, you can activate the Bauble, then stack triggers on your upkeep so you know the top card of the deck using the Bauble. And if it's not going to flip the Delver, you draw that one first. Little Delver trick. Monka, thank you for the resub. 54 months from Monka. 50. Is anyone ever going to catch up to Monka? 54 months. That's a lot. Snuff out on the Delver. Delver dies.
I mean, it's still just like, all right, you're at max power level, so I have to be at like every trick in the book.
All right, going to take a look at the top of Steven's library. I don't think we saw it, but Roland did.
Like, I actually got stuck in green mana. You got to a 2 reanimate, I'm like, fuck. Here comes reload for like 8 cards. I played him.
So White of the Reliquary available next turn. Double Ignoble Hierarch. The deck is called Cradle Control because it uses Gaia's Cradle to control what it can cast. I mean, what the hell's going on with the name of this deck?
2. No creatures in the yard. Oh, no.
Oh, these almost awesome heads.
I guess Snuff Out is a control spell.
I'll keep.
All right, Wasteland and a Bolt on the white, and that was a pretty good turn for Roland. Knocked Steven down a little bit. Yeah, it controls your opponent's feelings, yeah. Here's Endurance. That'll clean out the graveyard, slow down Murktide, slow down Delirium, all that stuff. Just a Pig, thank you for the sub with Prime. And Just a Pig just hit 1 year as a Twitch sub. 1 year of Legacy. Still love the format, at least until Marvel. Okay, Just a Pig hoping for a DC set is the thing. You have a replacement White of the Reliquary now. 3-3.
Yeah.
Is Steven now Hellbent? I believe so.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
It's like still like it's kind of like awkward.
Yeah, Just a Pig more of a Batman over Wolverine kind of person.
Yeah. That had to be done.
Do we have anybody watching that's pumped, excited about the Marvel set? I don't know.
Yes.
Raise your hand if you're excited.
I think the stuff you were doing with could have removed in game 1 the knight area.
JH Stock not excited.
This is good. This is good.
The Ice Storm reprint is really cool.
Oh right, this is Grixis. Yeah. This is more.
I've been hoping to get an Ice Storm for my cube for quite a while. I'm hoping it's like decent price that I could just grab one Ice Storm. Somebody sell me an Ice Storm for $5. All right, Brainstorm for Roland. All right, rolling on taps. There's a lot of stuff going on Steven's side of the board in this game. There's not a, a couple of 3-power flyers on the board in this game for Roland. Roland's got to figure this out. Steven with no hand, I believe, at this point, but the cards available left in the deck that Steven can draw are scary.
Sure. You got it. Okay, one card in there? Yeah. One time.
Okay, a Bolt on the white. The white looks like it's about to be activated.
You get to draw a card.
Sorry, I don't even know what this is. Let's see. You may pay this rather than block.
Sacked an Ignoble Hierarch. Trying to use the white's ability, possibly to save it.
Go ahead.
At what point does it turn?
Could be Talon Gates again. Oh, the okay. I thought it was still a 2/2 for a moment. So the sack puts it out of bolt range, and we found Lair of the Hydra. Okay, brainstorm now for Roland. Okay, Roland just scoops it up. Okay, we're going to game 3.
Love to see that.
I've had some good success with
We do what we can. Bug it.
You didn't go to combat.
Vinny with a great question. Any feelings on foundations, speculations? I think people are kind of understating the impact on Magic the Gathering as a whole of a set like Foundations. This is like a Modern Horizons level change to the game kind of a set where they're doing something different. It will be legal in Standard for 5 years, I think it said. It's going to carry a bunch of, at least of what they previewed so far, a bunch of our favorite cards. And it looks like power level is kind of compared to a standard core set of years past, you know, going back to, you know, core 2010 or whatever, those core sets. Power level seems to be a little bit less of a concern. You got stuff like Omniscience just thrown in there or whatever. I think that's in there. But I don't know. I'm very curious what they see with what they do with this Foundation set. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Yeah, the power level is surprisingly high for a set that's feeding Standard. And it's kind of like, at least so far, I'm just making a comparison here. I don't know how fair this is, but it's kind of like Standard Horizons in a way. And it'll affect Pioneer / Explorer. The cards will obviously be added to Modern and Legacy. I don't know how relevant that will be, but yeah. Hype Train Conductor Magic Ad says to me this will set the power level for Standard going forward. Yeah, I think it's going to completely change expectations for Standard. Although Standard has evolved a lot over the past couple of years. I haven't played Standard, unfortunately, but just seeing Standard gameplay here and there, it's a lot different than the Standard that I played when I most recently played Standard, which was around, I guess, War of the Spark was legal when I last played Standard regularly, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm at 12. You're at.
Back to business here, though. Dragon's Rage Channeler is on the board. An Ignoble Hierarch is getting bolted. Surveil to land into the graveyard. Delirium is up and running. 4 cards in the yard and 4 types for Roland. Nicely done. Not a good start to this game for Steven, though. Bolted the bird. That hurts. This is kind of a deck that's mana hungry to do its most powerful plays, to make its most powerful plays. And Foundations, back to that for a moment. If it ups the power level for Standard, we could see Standard sets baseline average power level jump as well, which could be better for formats like, let's just leave Legacy out of this for a moment because, let's be honest, the cards are not designed for Legacy. But for Modern, for example, a big complaint has been the Horizon sets being of power level such that the format can feel like it's rotating when a Horizon set comes out. But if Standard sets are higher power level, maybe that won't be as noticeable. Or maybe the rotation will be faster. There's going to be a change, I expect. I'm speculating now. Black Gift, thank you for the sub. Ingenuity, also thank you for the sub with Prime. 7 months. What do you think, people of the chat, people of the comments? Do you have any predictions for Foundation's impact on our game?
Pass.
I feel excited for what it can bring. I'm optimistic. Proven T says, I agree with most of what you said. I just don't think standard power level will creep up enough to impact modern more than it currently does. That's a possible outcome. I was speculating that maybe it will. Pew Pew says, I don't really care about Foundations. I just want standard to be popular again. Yeah. That's fine. I want standard to be popular again. I think Foundations could help. Standard being more of a place where we can see cards we love seems to be where things are trending now. Like the Thalia Guardians of Thraben, the Liliana, the Veils, I think this set is going to have Llanowar Elves, stuff like that. It'll just feel like the core of Magic. Just all the cards we love. In like a small format. Udok, thank you for the Silver Prime, 16 months. Appreciate that. Sylvan Safekeeper on the board. It'll make removal difficult again. Elvish Reclaimer now on the stack. That card is powerful.
You're at 25.
That's going to 3-4.
Looks like Roland has Force available, thinking about it.
I'll take loan. And I'll take a Saga.
That's you. 2 cards now? Go ahead.
Okay, Consigned to Memory revealed on top of the deck. Delver flips.
That's right. Draw. Yeah. Trigger on the snap.
Why Consigned to Memory? It triggered abilities being countered is relevant against this deck. Countering like a Traxa ETB or a Craterhoof ETB, for example.
Actually, hang on.
Activated abilities not affected. So Elvish Reclaimer's ability, for example, or Sylvan Safekeeper's ability. Yeah, or the phase out ETB. That the Talon Gates of Madara ability would be a valid target. Bajuka Bog, another one.
I think it's still on the deck. Alright, Saga Surge Trigger. Soul Guy Lantern.
Endurance, you could counter that. Consigned to Memory, definitely worth bringing in here.
Lance for trigger will be Tabernacle and Windswept Heath. Sure. I will waste this guy. Go. Trigger. Sure.
Looks like holding a Daze, Force of Will, Bolt, and the Consigned to Memory we saw a moment ago. Is Delirium on? Yeah, it's still on. Big attack.
Cost 6.
23.
Okay, Reclaimer sacrifice the basic forest. What will Steven find? Will it Talon Gates of Madara?
Sure.
I mean, go ahead.
Make Dark Depths in return?
Yeah.
Oh, Bajuka Bog, of course. Shut off Delirium. So Roland can counter that with the Consigned to Memory, as we were talking about a moment ago. Forgot about Bog for a second myself, but makes sense. All right, Consigned to Memory to counter the Bajuka Bog.
Sorry, I forgot to. I'll pay for my game. Nope, can't do that. I'll pay for my game.
Oh, you have to pay for discount too.
Surveil dumps a fetch land into the yard.
That should, now we can do this. Gas Expedition now.
Okay, now activating the other Reclaimer, sacrificing the other basic forest.
I think you got it.
Yeah, it's a fucking grind fest.
It's a nightmare. I gotta say.
Okay, Talon Gates will target the DRC. Would it have been better to do that in the reverse order? Grab Talon Gates the first time, then Bajuka Bog the second? Or target the Delver with the Talon Gates? I don't know.
Opportunity there, a little bit of, to, I couldn't get like the exploration on the board and loam, but once I did, I'm like, all right, so now I can just like find the.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened to that DRC. It's just phased out, but now it has a counter on it. I don't know what's happening.
Are you sure you can jam this for like?
White of the Reliquary is on the board. The DRC would come back on Roland's next turn before on tap.
Games online to train for exactly that. Oh my god.
I mean, technically it doesn't come back. It just exists again. It's not in another zone. It's on the battlefield right now.
Well, I hate using a program.
But I gotta, at least for Vintage, I gotta grind some games. Like, I'm like on zero practice. But Vintage, I have no expectations. That's my first year.
Yeah, if there's Echoing Deeps, you could copy the Bog. I don't know that Echoing Deeps is in the deck. We haven't seen it yet. It's a possibility, but no confirmation.
I never bothered because I'm like, if I can't compete, then like, what's the fucking point?
Attacking with Sylvan Safekeeper always feels risky. I mean, if there was like a Bowmaster there, kind of get wrecked, but... All right, the DRC's back. It has a die on it for some reason. Nobody knows what's going on.
I really was not expecting that.
That is how I plan to win games. Like actually, like...
Is there an approved phased out token? There should be. Is there one? There should be.
Like a Mox or something? Like let him resolve the Harbinger or whatever? Crop rotate?
Use the art from Teferi's Protection or something.
Dark Depths and then just dismember.
All right, activating a Reclaimer.
I actually got some people though.
Another Talon Gate. So there was a second Talon Gate. I mean, it might have been in the sideboard. I don't know, but...
Yeah, after one round, they're fucking
Steven drops to 1. Bolt. Fist bump. That's the match.
You don't need to worry about this. This is...
GG's. Roland gets it. Yeah, they normally have 2 in the main. So, in game 1, was there a missed opportunity to Talon Gates again?